Welcome to People Talk About Art. Welcome to P. Uh-oh, needs more water. T. Oh, that's a little better. How to get that P better? P. P. Hey. People talk about art. Oh, let's give us some accent there. Welcome to PTA. Well, you know, people talk about all kinds of things, don't they? People talk about, well, should I be on the mic for that? I don't think I need to. You can hear me just fine, right? Can you hear me good? Yeah. So people talk about all kinds of things. People talk about sex. They talk about food. They talk about, what else? The weather. They talk about college. They talk about college. They talk about their shoes. And they talk about each other. People talk about each other. Right? What else do people talk about?
Politics.
Politics, what?
Movies.
Movies.
Horoscopes.
What else?
Sports.
Huh?
Sports.
Sports. People talk about sports.
Vacation.
Vacations. What? People talk in silence. See, people talk in their own brains about stuff. But tonight we're here to talk about art. Now, there's all kinds of arts, right? There's the visual arts, and there's the comedic arts, and there's theatrical arts, and there's textile fiber art, and what other kind of arts are there?
Dance.
There's dance. What else?
Music.
Oh, there's music. Talking about music. So music. Tonight we're going to have music. We're going to have Bourn Archer here tonight. Before we start, I want to say on camera right here is Ron Holman. Here's Ron Holman. And Michael Scott on sound. Thank you, Michael. PT of the PTA is at the door. Sure, it really is PT. I promise. And Laura, February Strange, is going to be joining Bourn. So, but before we do that, I wanted to sing a little with you just to warm it up. And I figure the more foolish I look, the better Bourn looks, right? So I'm not afraid to be foolish. As a matter of fact, I think there's an art of making faces. Or like, or whatever. The art of, I don't care about that much. You know what I tell you, Mr. Bill? And you know what? You're my friends in here, and there's just a few of us, so it's like we're in our living room. So I'm like a ham in our living room, right, Bill?
You're a ham.
Yeah, I'm a ham. Oh, so anyway, let's do the art of making faces. In your own chair, make one. Make a face. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. How about there you go. All right, yeah. How about make a big feeling of love? Do a big love feeling. Oh, I forgot how to make that love feeling, but I'll try. I love you. Okay, but that's really not what I wanted to do personally. But what I really want to do is go. People, you're going to go. People talk a little, people talk a lot. So you all go. People talk a little, people talk a little, people talk a lot. 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 So let's try to make that faster. People talk a little, people talk a lot. 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 PTA, people talk about art. PTA, people talk about art. Do that with me. So here we go. Let's do a little higher, like people talk a little, people talk a lot. 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 PTA, people talk about art. Oh, PTA, people talk about art. Yeah, oh my goodness. You want to come up here and do it with me? Okay, so PTA, people talk about art. I want to get that perfect. Ready? PTA, people talk about art. Oh, that was pretty perfect. Now, I don't think I should belabor you to do the whole thing again, but just the PTA. PTA, people talk about art. Thank you. Very nice, very nice. Well, you see, the reason I'm the president of the PTA. My name is Pita. I'm the president because my mother, she was the president of the PTA. To tell you the darn truth. And she was also president of the New Mexico Art League. So I thought, put it together and you get this, the PTA. People talk about art, right? So anyway, please give your hand clap to Pita, and you can close your eyes if you want while I take off my jacket. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Oh, Peter's leaving for a little while, but don't worry, Peter, he's not gone for good or whatever. There we go. So, my name is Pipa. I'm Pipa. Excuse me while I plug in my mic. Oh. Good, okay. Now, okay, well, thank you for coming tonight and talking about art. I am so honored to be here, and I am really honored to be introducing the first artist of the PTA, and I just feel so deeply for Bourn, and I am so proud of him, and I haven't heard him sing in a long time. So to get to hear him sing again is just so wonderful, and I want to tell a little story before I bring him out. On Monday, I was walking in the park, and with my little doggy, and I come upon this little tiny itty bitty baby bird that I guess had fallen out of a nest, or maybe tried to fly and then fell. And it made me really worried, because there it was sitting in the middle of the park, unprotected and built innocent, and just like that. And I panicked. I was like, I don't think I can just walk by. I don't think I can just leave this bird vulnerable like this. And so I called PT, because she's an animal rescue person, and she rescues all kinds of animals, from horses to dogs to cats to tigers to goats, zoo animals and people's private animals. And so she drives out with her migraine and comes real early in the morning to look at this little bird with me. But before she got there, a man came up and poked it. I was trying to communicate with him, but he thought I needed that, and I didn't. But anyway, he poked it, and so it kind of got startled, and its little tiny bird walked over and hid underneath this tree, underneath a branch, real little. And it was so scary to me to see this little vulnerable bird. So PT came, and she is an expert, and she got down on the ground, and we saw the bird, and she said, "It's okay, it's a fledgling." And this is what they do. They try to fly, makes me emotional, and then they, sometimes, and then they fall on the ground, but then they get up and they try again, and the mother comes and feeds it now and then and makes sure it's okay. So she said, "You know what, it's okay. It's got all these little feathers, and it's going to be okay." So the reason I tell this story is when Bourn first came to me, he called me Mama Bird, and I call him Baby Bird, and musical Baby Bird. He's a musical baby bird, and I have seen him fly before. He flies beautifully, and he sings beautifully, and I know we've all seen him sing and fly. So tonight I am just really excited to see him fly again and to support his flight, and I hope all of us in here can just be that, the angels praying, and just go, fly, it's good, it's good. So that is why I told that little story, because he is the little baby bird. So, but he's a big bird. He's really not a baby bird, actually. And Brandon will testify to that. He's a big bird. He's a full-grown man. But anyway, so please, without further ado, please welcome Bourn Archer. Yeah.
I got to plug in.
You got to plug in. Hello there. Hello there. Hi, Bourn. Oh, so do you want to sing that with us before we just do? Oh, hello. Oh, wait. Oh, mics were talking. Oh, that was pretty. That was an intimate thing.
Hi, everybody. So yeah, I like that song. I want to sing it.
You want to sing one time with Bourn, just to relax everybody? Let's sing PTA. So people talk a little, people talk a lot. 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 People talk a lot. PTA. People talk about art. All right, there you go.
That's good. Right on. It took me forever to learn that.
One minute, baby. One big 30-second universe. So Bourn, I'm so excited to be here with you. So brave to be the first artist for the PTA, you know, PTA. Here it is.
And you're all great to be the first audience.
And you're the great. Oh, and I meant to say that earlier. Thank you. You know,
Yeah.
I said Michael and PTA and Ron and you. Thank you for saying that. Let's give ourselves a hand. Okay. So I'm just gonna ask Bourn a few questions and just see what it feels like to have a conversation with Bourn. I'm excited. So Bourn, what was the first song you remember hearing as a child? What was the first song you remember in your life?
Probably Old MacDonald. You know, growing up, yeah, absolutely.
I like that. Let's sing it together. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a bird.
Cow.
Cow and bird, a cow, E-I-E-I-O, with a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Nice. Okay, so what was the first song? What was the first song you remember singing as a child, aside from Old MacDonald? What was your next song you remember?
Well, I think if you're going into like when I was like little, you know, it was mostly nursery rhymes, I would say. You know,
Remember them?
Twinkle Little Star.
Remember that
Yeah,
one?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I loved the opening for the Disney movie When I Wish Upon a Star. Actually. Yeah, that was a pretty amazing song.
That's an amazing song.
Mhm.
Wow, gosh, we should have sung that one.
I don't know if I know the words, but
I knew.
Exactly.
So, as far as art and creativity in your home or in your hometown or in your environment, what was your home environment like with any kind of art, whatever kind of art that is?
Well, like if we go again back into like my childhood or early teenage years, I grew up in Pennsylvania. I grew up in a small town called Reynoldsville. My grandfather was a coal miner, and my father worked in the steel industry. If you wanted to get into art, I would say my brother was really a fantastic artist. I mean, he could just draw like no tomorrow, and just amazingly talented. And I could not draw. I tried so hard, and I really take my time, and it just never was the same. So, you know, so I was exposed, I think, to my brother's art. Yeah.
So, what was your first time on stage?
My very first time on stage. Well, my first time on stage would be with the Fun Institute at the Broadway Playhouse. Yeah. So, and that's a drop-in improv class, and I was invited by my very wonderful friend Helene, who's sitting right here. Hi, Helene. And to come over to the improv class, and you know, I'd be driving there, and I'd be like, oh, I can't do this. And I'd be trying to talk myself out of it a couple times. And then I'd be like, I'd have a conversation with myself, and I do that often, when I'm alone. And I asked myself, like, do you want to go? I had to think about it for a minute. Like, yeah. Well, then go. Okay, I'll go. And so I get there, and I can hear everybody inside. The door's closed. I'm like 5 minutes late, which I really didn't like being late either. I wanted to be early so I could just kind of ease in a little better. Because coming late, then everybody sees you come in. So I could hear them all in there. There's lots of noise going on and just crazy stuff, right? I'm outside the door, it's closed. I can't see anything, but I can hear it. And so I'm like, this isn't a good time to go in. So I went over and I distracted myself with the bulletin board, and I just started reading the bulletin board, every line on the bulletin board, just listening. And then finally I hear this applause and they're clapping. I thought, oh, maybe this is a good time to go in. So I go over to the side door and I open up the door, and lo and behold, everybody who's in the room is on the stage. And they're all having a great time. And Helene sees me standing in the doorway, and she comes off the stage and she grabs my hand and she pulls me up on stage. So that was my first experience on stage.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Wow,
So,
thank you.
yeah. It was one of the cold. It was pretty cool. It was a really awesome experience. So.
Wow, that's a great story. I love that. So, let's see, where do I go from there? So, what would you say, I guess I'm going to go to the first time, why did you want to sing? What was the feeling? Did you want to sing when you were doing the improv class? Was that
Yeah,
already
because
happening
you know
for you?
they did. They also had some improvisational improv classes that they put on a workshop, like a weekend, like it was 2 days, like I think it was a Saturday, Sunday, and actually I saw Diane there, and that was kind of a spark for me to get up there and to perform and to sing, and I realized that I could do that, that this could happen, because for a long time I would sit in an audience and I'd watch people perform. Whether they're acting or singing or juggling or whatever, and I would sit there and go, God, that'd be cool to get up there and do something like that. And then I'd sit there and go, but I can't. And I was stopping myself that whole time. So this kind of opened up the door for me to pursue something that was heartfelt to me. So yeah. So
And how many years did you do that improv class?
Not long enough, because I miss it so much, because now I work Saturdays, so I can't go, but they do have a Tuesday night class, which I'm contemplating. They don't. Well, there you go. They don't have it anymore. So Saturday mornings, I went probably for a good 2 years, I'd say straight. Yeah, and then, life changes and transitions, you start working other things, and then, this place, has manifested, so I'm spending a lot of my Saturdays here. So, yeah. So 2 years, I did improv.
Probably 2 years, that's wonderful, and I've seen you do that, and I love it. So, do you remember the first time that we met?
I do. I can't remember the month, but I do remember it was raining. And you came to the drop-in improv class over at the Broadway Playhouse. So I know it was a Saturday morning. You rode your bicycle. We all sat in a circle and we check in with one another and say hello, introduce ourselves. We talk a little bit about ourselves, what's going on in our lives, what we want to share, So, Clifford and Dixie are dear friends of yours, and they become dear friends of mine. And they were really happy and excited to have you there for that class. And I remember them introducing you. And they said that Pipa gives vocal lessons. And like this little light bulb went off my head. I got to talk to that lady. I'd never taken a singing class, and now I'm in theater and doing different, performing arts, and sometimes you got to sing, and I've actually auditioned for some singing roles for a musical. Actually, it was a sound musical. It was Sound of Music, and I'd never sung for another person in my life, and I was just like, ooh, and I went and I did it cold, and a friend of mine, Jeff Swan, who is on the board for the Scotts Valley Performing Arts, he came down to the Broadway Playhouse to invite men. Like, we need men. We need some men to come out and audition. And I'd never performed ever. So, this is the first time I was going to be on stage for a production. I was off stage for a production, but this is the first time I performed in one. And I said, okay, I'll go audition. I'm like, what do I got to do? Well, you need a monologue and you need a song. Okay, I don't have either of those. When's the audition? Tomorrow. Like, really? Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Why not? It's about the experience. It's about the journey, So I enjoyed it. It was really a great experience for me. I went in there and I picked a song to sing, and I didn't know any theatrical songs or musicals, and I was like, what am I going to sing? So I just picked something I knew, which really was more of a pop song, but I did it anyways. And they actually liked the song. They're like, oh, that's a cool song. Is there any more to the song? I'm like, no, that's the end. And then I did a reading from the Porter Gulch Review.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a book that's published from Cabrillo College, where people submit short stories and poetry and different things, and they get awarded and they get to be in this book, and it's pretty cool. So I picked a monologue out of that book and I read that. I don't think I had the best reading, but it was okay. Again, it was about the experience.
How brave.
And I did it, and I went through and I did the whole thing. There's judges sitting up in the audience, they're critiquing you. So you do feel like you're under a microscope like I do today. But being the first time, I was pretty nervous, but I really, again, just wanted to move through it and actually go through with the process, because I really was liking the process of how this all worked too. So I finished my audition. They said, thank you for auditioning, we'll call you. I got a call the next day, and they were like, thank you for auditioning, we're sorry, we don't have a part for you. Okay, it's cool. And then a couple days passed, and I I got another phone call, and actually it was the director of the musical. And he's like, we got a part for you.
Wow.
I'm like, great. And so I went in and I got the part, and I did the musical, and I had a great experience. Again, just enjoying the whole process of, I think it's the idea of having a lot of people with a common goal. Everybody has a job, and they all work together, and that's what makes it happen. So I enjoyed that part of it.
And was that before you took singing lessons that you did that?
That was before singing
Wow.
lessons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because, yeah, you were already, you just were born talented. So to get to that, I want to just ask you, what is your progression that you see of singing? Like, that was the first thing. And so what were some of the other things that you did once you started taking singing lessons that led you to your first band, Locomotive Breath? There were some things that you did that
Oh,
led
definitely,
to that.
yeah. When I started taking singing lessons, I had really such wonderful encouragement. People just supporting me, lifting me up, and just saying, yeah, you can do this, you know. And so it just gave me the confidence to pursue it. And I also was given this incredible opportunity to perform with these wonderful and talented musicians. And it was like just unreal, because, you know, potentially this was going to be like my first band ever, and these guys are like here, you know. So it scared me, because I really didn't know anything about music in that sense, and playing in a band and being in a tight group like that. And Pipa mentored me and was really helping me to vocally challenge myself, and also to really nail the notes. And you know, it's one thing to sing a song and make it yours, but I think when you sing a song and you nail it, like it's original content, after that, you can, that's when you make it yours. Is when you nail it. So, and you really worked with me on all the songs that we did for Locomotive Breath. And anyways, to challenge myself, I said, okay, I don't know if I can do this. Okay, I really was appreciating the opportunity, but I wasn't sure that I could get up and sing for a full audience on a stage and everything. And some people that I met through Scotts Valley Performing Arts were putting on a cabaret show. And I said, okay, I'll sing in that show. And if I can sing in that show, then I'll pursue singing, fronting a band. And so I challenged myself to participate in the cabaret. I called them up and I said, I'd like to sing. They're like, okay, you gotta come down and audition. I said, okay, I'll do that too, because again, it's a process. So I went down and I auditioned. They really liked my singing, and I was really stoked about that. They're like, we would love to have you in the cabaret. The song that I did in the cabaret was Singing in the Rain. And I actually did a song and dance. So, and the whole umbrella, man, I'll tell you. I even, I made a point to challenge myself when I went on the stage that I would walk all the way to the very front of the stage, I mean to the edge. And even talking to my partner after that, he said he thought I was going to fall off the stage. So, but no, it was my intention to walk all the way forward. So I did that. I like to challenge myself like that. So, yeah.
And I remember,
it was successful.
And it was very successful. There were several of us that were there. I know Helene was there, and Brandon and Bill were there, and I was there, and maybe other people in there were there too. I don't know, but that was so fun to see you do that.
That was a lot of fun.
And the whole umbrella and
I
dancing.
know, I
It was
know.
awesome.
I really like did a jump and a kick, you know?
Awesome. You're just natural. Well, I wanted to ask you, why do you love to sing, and what is your intention? Why do you love to sing? Why? That's it.
Well, I think, for me, I think there's different reasons why you sing. One is I think it feeds your soul. And another way too, I think that sometimes when you sing, it allows you to time travel. And so I like to travel. So, because there's a lot of songs that you sing or even that you hear, and they, you know, they affect each person differently. So each song, you know, can take you to a different place, whether it's a place in your life or maybe a place in your past life. Maybe it's somewhere in your future. I don't know. But, you know, I like music when it affects me in the way that it takes me somewhere. So.
Love that. Love that. Okay. Where do you see yourself where do you see your art going? Your art, your music, where do you see, when you look at that time travel that you were just talking about, do you see something? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see?
I see it changing and, you know, and transforming, and it's growing like we do as people. We're always growing, we're always changing, and music's like that too. So, you know, and I love so many different styles of music. You know, I don't feel like I'm just stuck in any specific genre. You know, if something appeals to me, it appeals to me. And, you know, when a song makes your hair stand up on your neck, that's a good song. I think my music will change as I change as a person.
Definitely. The process of just, yeah, kind of in that here.
I may turn into a little kid again, you know, who knows? And make it that direction.
Okay, and where does singing, where does it come from? Where does music come from? Where does your singing come from? Where does your music come from?
It's very deep, so it definitely comes from within, but it wants to be out here. So, and we're just kind of a vessel for that, I guess, so in some sense.
Describe that again, say that again.
It comes from in here, very deep, but it wants to be out here.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's traveling.
It's traveling.
Traveling, yeah, I love that, I love that. Well, the first time I heard you sing, the first time I heard Bourn sing, he came to my house and he'd never taken a singing lesson. He maybe only had sung that one time at that musical you were talking about, the first one.
Yeah.
But he came in and we started doing some scales, and then I asked him to sing for me, and right when he sang, I knew. I was like, this person is talented, you know, you just were born that way. You were born talented, and so it was so wonderful to witness that, and then just see where you've gone from there.
Oh, yeah.
To watch you, you know, blossom from already being a beautiful blossom. From already being beautiful, you just, it's like, wow, yeah. So you just have this strength about your song and your passion, and just felt like it was coming from a really deep place, and incredible. I want to ask you, well, I guess first I want to ask you about Treasures, and then I'll ask you about what we're getting ready to do here.
Okay.
So Treasures, when did this come around for you, and how long have you, he's the owner of Treasures, how long have you owned Treasures?
Treasures, we opened in September of last year, so we haven't been here very long. We took possession of the building as renters, we rent, in May of last year. And then actually it was a month after that. Well, what happened was I was looking to transition and move a business that I had at that time. I had a restaurant, and the position that I was put in, I needed to find a new home for my restaurant. So I was out looking for a new home. I looked at several places. I looked at some places downtown Santa Cruz area. I looked at some places in SoCal. I looked at some places in Aptos. And someone had told me about this Four Corner Market here, or the 5 Mile House is what it's called, actually. And said that it was for lease. And I thought, wow, that might be a really great place to move restaurants. And I came out to look at the location, and it was a really great place, but it couldn't be a restaurant. So that kind of distinguished my thoughts on that. But I saw that this other space was for lease as well. So I talked to the landlord. He said, well, that can't be a restaurant either. And I'm like, I told him, I said, entertain me for a moment. I said, just show me the space. And we came in, I saw the space, and I just immediately, it just, you know, it kind of attached to me. I just really felt something very strongly here. And it just kind of came over like a wave, and I just saw a small theater house. And I mean, I could just see it. I could see the audience, I could see shows. I could see people in the community together having a really great time and enjoying one another and enjoying the entertainment also. So, yeah.
He just had the vision, and then here we are. Let's give him a huge hand. Okay, well, my last questions. When did you meet Laura? They're very strange. How did you meet Laura?
I met Laura, I'm going to say, I mean, it hasn't been very long at all, but I want to say maybe 3 months.
Okay.
I met Laura here at Treasures Roadhouse. I started holding open mics here on occasional Sundays, not every Sunday, but we had actually quite a few here, and she came in and she performed with another singer and songwriter Stephanie Madrigal, and they're known as Madrigal and Strange, and they play a lot together, and I just thought that they were really talented, and I really enjoyed their energy on stage, the way that they interacted with each other and also with the audience, and I thought Laura just had such a great sense of humor, and I really enjoyed her playing, because her playing as well has really strong, fun, up energy behind it, and so I was just really getting into their music and stuff. And then I finally built up the courage to ask, Laura if she would ever, think about maybe accompanying me, in some songs, and she agreed, and so we're playing songs together now.
Yay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, on that note, let's transition to you performing for us. So please welcome Bourn to the stage.
So, I told you I like to challenge myself. Laura's going to be out in a moment to accompany me. So, I'm actually going to perform a song for you without accompaniment, just to open the show, and also will help to warm me up a little bit. So, this is actually the first song that I sang for Pipa when I went to see her about taking vocal lessons. And this song is one of those songs that I get to time travel with. So, it takes me to a place, I say back in time, and it's a really nice place. So, anyways, I'll dedicate this song to Pipa tonight. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, and your mom, well, she's good looking. So hush, little baby, hush and don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. You're gonna stretch your wings. You're gonna take to the sky. But until that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With mommy and daddy standing by. All right, we're warmed up here. So I'd like to take a moment and introduce Laura February Strange. Please give her a warm welcome. Singing a cappella is so difficult and challenging. It just kind of breaks your nerves sometimes, but it's a good thing. So we're going to cover a few different genres of music tonight. One of the things about the Roadhouse is we have all types of music here. We have from folk music to rock, to classic rock, to metal, jazz. It's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy, like I said, the different genres. And there's always something that I find in each one that really appeals to me. And a lot of times it's the people, that are up here performing, and the energy, and they're sharing, their heart and soul with you. And it's just a really great connection to have with another human being, I think. So, anyways, I'm happy to share this song with you. We're going to do a little Beatles, aren't we? All right, cool. I've just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me. And I want all the world to see we met. Had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I'd have never been aware. But as it is, I'll dream of her tonight. Lie, 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 lie. Falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I had never seen the likes of this. I've been alone and I have missed things and kept out of sight. And other girls were never quite like this. Lie, 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 lie. Falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I just seen her face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just a girl for me. I want all the world to see we met. La la la. Falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Woo! Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here tonight. It's really great to see you. I'm very excited about PTA. What do you guys think? I know. People talk about art, right? Yeah. Jeez. Whew. You know, Pipa's going to be having this show each month with a different performer each time. So there'll be another one next month, and I'm really excited to be out there to watch that one. So, yes.
Next month is Michael Scott.
Michael Scott. Michael's on sound tonight.
Okay, I lose things. I've lost so many capos at this place.
It's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance neath the cover of October skies. And all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. And all the night's magic seems to whisper and hush, and all the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. And I know that the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. And when you see my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will call you my own. Anytime I touch you, you just tremble inside. I know how much you want me that you can't hide. Can I just have one more moon dance
talk to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. And I know that the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. When you see my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will call you my own. Anytime I touch you, you just tremble inside. And I know how much you want me that you can't hide. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? One more moon dance underneath the stars. One more moon dance with you, my love. One more moon dance. One more moon dance. One more moon dance. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love?
Thank you. That's a fun song to sing. Yeah, I like the energy in that one. But we're going to bring the energy up a little more even. I think, yeah, we're pulling a rock song now. I love this song, and I played this song with Love More Breath, and it was one of my favorite songs to sing, and it just got dry, you know?
I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they're all painted black, with flowers and my love both never to come back. I see people turn their heads and quickly look away, like a newborn baby, it just happens every day. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. I see my red door, I must have it painted black. Maybe then I'll fade away and not have to face the fact. Not easy facing up when your whole world is black. No more will my deep green go turn a deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh with me before the morning comes.
my hands were shaking. I had some wine. You know? I actually have a natural tremor. And I've been to a neurologist for that, for some tests, a while back. This was in my early 20s, actually. And they told me that some people have a natural tremor, and that I was one of those individuals. And he said that in some studies that they had done with people with tremors, they have a tendency to live longer than other people. So he said, if anything, it meant longevity. So it was good news. But it makes it hard to eat, you know?
Shake, rattle, and roll, Bourn.
Exactly. So this next song is our last song of the evening. It's a very tender, heartfelt song. And it's also one of the singers and songwriters that I really admire and feel inspiration from. He was a fantastic singer-songwriter. And he didn't actually write this song, but he did make it famous. And we're just gonna, you'll know it when you hear it, so we're gonna play it for you.
You don't love me. You don't know me. You give your hand to me, then you say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and anyone can tell. They think you know me well. You don't know me. No, you don't know the one who dreams of you at night and longs to kiss your lips, longs to hold you tight. You, I am just a friend. That's all I've ever been. 'Cause you don't know me. For I never knew all the art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy, oh, I let my chance go by, chance that you might love me too. You give your hand to me, then you say goodbye, and I watch you walk away beside that lucky guy. No, you'll never, never know the one who loves you so. You don't know me. Give your hand to me, and you say goodbye. And I watch you walk away beside that lucky guy. No, you'll never, never know one who loves you so. But you don't know me. Thank you so much.
feel?
I feel good. I feel relief now. Actually, I felt pretty good all day. It was very, I don't want to say it was a relaxing day. I actually was running all over the place in Santa Cruz today. There was just horrendous traffic and stuff, but, you know, I just paced myself. And, you know, I didn't like just have to prepare to come out and perform and sing. I also had to get the Roadhouse ready for a show. So, you know, there was a lot of work. We were hanging lights today, setting up chairs and moving things around and making all these adjustments and stuff. So it's been a very full day, but it's been a good day. So,
Great day. You did amazing. I loved also the rock and roll tune you did.
I love, you know, I sing those songs and they just suck me right back in every time. You know, I'm like, I gotta sing rock. You know, I do. It's cool. I love that stuff. So,
yeah. So more Bourn, right? When here,
Thank you.
So we're doing this again next month on the 22nd of August, and we're going to feature Michael Scott. I want to give Michael, so come back and hear Michael. Michael's a wonderful singer-songwriter, a wonderful recording artist, a wonderful friend, a wonderful person, and
Thank you for doing sound today.
thank you for doing sound, and I'm
Ron Holman,
excited
thank you
that
for the
you're
video.
going to do this. Yes, I do want to thank everybody. I want to thank PT as well for doing the door. PTA. And all of you for coming, and Ron Holman for doing the video.
Thank you, Pipa.
Thank you. We're going to have some other shows. We're going to have in October, Patty Maxine is going to be featured. So that'll be a great show. And then in November, we're going to have Nancy LeVan featured. And so I'm really excited about that. So, and I'm going to probably start doubling up artists. So it'll be 2 artists at each show. But I really wanted this show just really feature Bourn, since he is so amazing and he created this space. So again, Bourn, thank you for letting me PTA. So let's just do the PTA chant one more time, and then we can mingle. If you want to stay, I know it's kind of early. What time is it? 9. See, we're being big day. What? Past your bedtime. So if you want to mingle afterward and ask Bourn questions yourself, the things I didn't ask. Anyway, let's sing the PTA song. Ready? So it's what is it? People talk a little, people talk a lot. 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 PTA! People talk about art! Yeah!
That was fun.
Well, your 2 cents are duly noted.
How are you doing?